Good evening, everyone. Welcome to another day of business analysis, another chapter. And quickly, I'll be going to share my screen, having asked you the question that are you still aware that for what reason you have joined this training session? The answer I expect from all of you. Is it yes or no?
Yes.
Yes, sir.
Thank you. And the only intent for which you have joined this training is to get placed. So if that is the intent, then to complete that intent and complete that objective, you must follow certain ground rule, certain codes, and certain code of honor mm, till the training ends, so that after the end of the training you will find yourself to get placed. Okay, and what are those codes then? Let me quickly share my screen and let's get agree to follow that, every single person. Okay, and here these are called as code of honor. The number one says that you must have a code of honor if you have the intent to get placed, that you start the training with Guru Schools, and Guru Schools itself has the 6 pillars. In that, the first pillar says that start your training and then follow rest of 5. So if you are following the training, starting with training, it means you become the student. So how this path will continue to flow? So this with this 6 code of honor, the very first one says that show up live, because in Agile and Scrum world, which is the methodology. And before I begin, let me quickly see who all have joined, and if any new person, let's welcome them together. Okay. So anyone here for the first time? I think Momita is there. She joined today. Welcome, Momita. Yes, Momita, can you quickly tell us that from where you are connecting? What is your education background, or in case any IT background, and what is your intent to join this training? Momita, over to you. Momita, you can speak up. Everyone, am I audible to you all?
Yes.
Yes,
Okay.
Gaurav.
Yes.
Very well.
Yeah. Momita, welcome to Guru Schools. We are starting with the another day of business analysis. And here, before we get started, quickly, if you can introduce yourself, and then we'll welcome you and we'll continue.
Thank you. Can you hear me, please?
Yes, now we can.
Okay. So I'm Amita Sanyal and I am from New Jersey. I was working with a software company in the healthcare department, and I do not have any IT background, but I would like to get into this PA.
Super. And
Yes.
yeah, what is your
Bachelor's.
bachelor's? And have you any working experience?
Yes, I was with the healthcare industry here in New Jersey for last 4 years.
4 years.
Before that, I was in the retail business with some companies here.
All right, welcome, Momita. So your trainer will be Gaurav and Prerna. Prerna and Gaurav, we both will be your trainer, and rest of
Okay.
all, let's all welcome Momita, and
Thank
let's
you.
get started. Yeah.
Thank you.
So everyone can type into the chat window while I'm sharing the screen. You can type welcome if you don't wanna unmute. So yeah, I was talking about a code of honor. The one intent, only one intent for you are here is to get placed, and for that you must and must and must follow these 6 code of honor. So that has been designed by past business analysis and Scrum students. It was not designed by us. It was in fact designed by them only, and now it follows the continuity. So it says that show up live. Why show up live? Because Agile Scrum is a world which sees many ceremonies every single day or in every single time duration of delivery, which is also called a sprint. So in every sprint, the ceremonies are also known as what? Also known as meetings. So those meetings requires you to be on time, remain punctual, and highly committed. So if you practice this thing here in this training, considering the training itself as a project, there are chances highly that you can replicate it once you get placed. Okay. So show up live. And why you need to replicate it? Because it is said, one of my mentors says that how you do anything is how you do everything. So you need to practice it here so that you can replicate it there. The second one says that just don't be the student because you have joined the training. Be the full stack student that requires you to do all the assignments which are asked, do the self research, and repeat what you have learned. Okay. And the third one says that when you do this, you will see success. Okay. Your intent is getting fulfilled. Okay. So you need to take the responsibility of that so that you will continue to do so. And in case you don't do that, of course, then success won't be there. Then what remains? Failure. Do you want to have that? No. So if you don't want to have that, then there are chances that you will go and correct it, which is causing this failure. And when you will correct that and continue to do to become full stack student, you will tentatively attract the success, and this failure becomes the trail for the success. Okay. So take the full responsibility of not only the success but also the failure, then only the chances are there that you can correct it. Then comes the fourth one is the mindset. So these all requires a strong mindset so that you can continue to learn. Of course, it requires a learning mindset, and in the continued learning, it requires positive mindset so that learning will remain continued. And the more positive you will go, you will find yourself going complaint free. The more complaint free you will go, you will be finding yourself loaded with gratitude. Okay. More gratitude, more this will continue to flow in the sequence, learning positive and complaint free and more gratitude. Okay. So these mindset requires on this path, but for that you need to start your day in a very special way to increase your receptivity to have such mindset. I generally keep on talking about 30 days challenge by one of the speaker, and this is his audio is there. And in case you don't follow his audio, I would recommend you to follow this. So for the audio track, you can message me that you want the 30 days challenge audio track, so that the moment you will start listening to it every single day while doing jogging or walking or other daily routine, this is a 40 minutes long audio track, but once you will put it in 2x mode, you can finish it just within 20 minutes. And I'm sure that for 20 minutes at least you would be doing the exercise or walking or jogging or whatever. Okay. So this is that useful, and immediate impact of this audio you will start seeing in every area of your life. That's the reason I recommend this. I follow every single day this one along with my other students too. So increase your receptivity, but also when you are increasing by following this audio track, which you are going to ask me later if you have not following it yet, start any learning by getting into golden quadrant of learning. So what is this golden quadrant of learning? It's a self-coined concept after many research. Is it requires you to follow before you get into learning, declare with anchor. What is declaration with the anchor? Declaration is just affirming that how important this learning is going to be. And why to put anchor? Anchor is just like a ship with the anchor. So there are chances without anchor ship can wander in the ocean. So like that your focus may wander in the ocean of the thoughts, but anchor will remain it stand tall. Okay. So that's the reason when you are getting into the learning, start your learning with the declaration. declaration with the anchor. Okay. And then draw whatever you have learned within 24 hours, then summarize it. Okay. Just as short as possible. Like in last session, someone said that even 5 years old can understand in this way. I want you to understand every single technical things in that manner. Okay. So are you all ready for the declaration today?
Yes, sir.
Yes. So at the count of three,
Yes.
we are going to clap together. So clap is the bodily anchor, it's a self hi-fi, and then repeat what I have selected on the screen. And thank you for confirming that you are ready. So 1, 2, 3, and begin. I am a quick learner.
I'm a quick
I am
learner.
a
I'm a
quick
quick
learner.
learner.
What others can learn and master,
What others
What
can learn,
others
Others
can
can
learn and
learn and
master,
master.
I too can do that.
I
I
too
too
can
can
do
do
I
that.
too
that.
can do that.
Once again, we are going to anchor the another statement at the count of three. 1, 2, 3, and begin. Because I'm an awesome learner,
Because I'm an
Because
awesome
I'm an
Because I'm
learner.
an
awesome
awesome
learner.
learner.
today's learning is going to be
Today's
Today's
learning is
Today's
learning
going
is
to
learning
be
is
going to
going to
be
be
super
super
duper
duper
easy to
easy.
me.
super
super
duper
duper
easy to
easy
me.
to me.
Exactly, it is going to be. So, having said so, don't forget to, be a giver. Giver makes your ego away and clears the path of learning so that you will have the more learning, and that also keeps you spiritually grounded. So, every single day with this learning, you will find yourself spiritually grounded but heightened in the happiness. Okay. So that's the definition as per me is the getting spiritually grounded, and will continue on the path of growth. So while you are achieving these all, and tomorrow if you start earning, in case you are earning today as well, this is my recommendation to you, that have an intent of charity. Whatever you earn, donate 10% of your earning for a better cause. It could be donating to any causes, like you can donate it to temple, churches, or feed to hungry, or donate in the orphanages, anywhere. Why? Because when you give, you grow. When you receive, you may survive. And I'm sure here not everyone is there for survival but for the growth. That's the reason this is my recommendation to you all, because ultimately the money growth should you see every single day once you get placed and once you start earning, in fact. So that's the actual idea, and trust me, this works. Do it, and just don't do it just to grow but also to inspire others. Okay. So and appreciate what you do, and what others do for you, and even what does not happen to you, because every single thing which is supporting and may sound non-supporting, that is letting you grow to the next level. And why you need to appreciate that? Because what you appreciate appreciates you back. So that's the another universal law. That's the reason these are the 6 code of honor, set the context that how you are going to utilize these learning once you get placed. And remember how you are going to start get into the learning. Every Sunday we meet at 9:30 p.m. for these training, technical training, and also we meet on Tuesday for these technical training. But on Monday, what do? You do the assignment, unsaid assignment, like you learn that after after these learning, what you do, you also get into, yeah, declaration with the anchor, and then you get into the learning, then drawing and the summarizing. You need to draw and the summarize. That is your every single time unsaid assignment that you are going to do after Sunday's learning on Monday. Once you do that on Tuesday as well with the new learning, that you are going to replicate in Tuesday, Wednesday, as a summary. And also on Tuesday you attend RRP session in parallel. This is very very important for you to show up over here if you intend to have a job, okay, in your hand. So that's the reason attending every RRP session is important on Tuesday. Also on Thursday, okay, where your profile optimization, resume preparation happens. Even though it happens and all set, continue to show up, because half of the battle is won once you show up. Okay, so showing up is the game over here on Tuesday and Thursday, because more visible you are, more marketable you are, and marketable you are, it also continues to build your credibility. You really need a job. Okay, so that I want you to express over there. So by being available for every RRP session, even though it may sound repetitive, but still you need to be there. So, and then show up. Then on Friday, you can go back, do your own self research, repeat whatever you have learned, and complete the given assignment if any extra, and come back with the question and answer, and try to identify by your own. And then Saturday can be your breather day. So this is all the setup for you to continue in this game of getting placed. Now, let me quickly share the screen, and we are going to learn something which is called as visual model. What is visual model? So let me tell you that for any application or software, uh, in fact, even you buy a fridge, okay, even when you buy a fridge, what happens? You get a manual. Every one of you have seen that any appliances, if you buy, you get manual with that.
Yes.
Everyone, yes?
Yes. Yes.
Yes.
Yes, we get them.
Yes.
Good. So in that appliances, have you also seen there are some diagrams, some drawings are available, some pictures are available. Have you seen
Right.
that? Yeah.
Yes.
So
Yes. Yes.
likewise, even software need a document, right? Documentation has to be there. And in that documentation as well, you need to show up some visual models. Okay, these are called as UI wireframe and mockup. Okay, so if software needs a document before preparation, so that you can have a proper design, and proper proper track that how you are going to achieve and give the final version of the software, and the finalized version will go along with the software as well. But the diagrams which you put in those say for example BRD is a business requirement document that comes before the software is built. So and that is prepared by business analysts, and sometimes scrum master uh, are asked to support. It's not legal, it's not ethical, but it has been observed in the industry, because in 19 years of experiences, I have seen so far it to happen in that way, that sometimes scrum master is asked to help business analysts. Sometimes business analysts are asked to help scrum master. Sometimes business analyst becomes scrum master becomes business analyst. And that's the reason both of you should know this. Okay, that's the main thing. So business requirement document is a kind of a document that requires a diagram or some probable diagrams to appear into that. That's one. And what kind of diagrams you can put inside. So one is called as, can anyone read for me the first bullet point, please?
Low fidelity UI prototype
Mhm.
may show the general layout of the screen, but not the specific UI elements.
Yeah, thank you so much. So yes, so it talks about the in general, just a placeholder kind of a thing. It works as a placeholder, where you can, in the documents, you can show the placeholder and then you can caption it. Okay, this is what you are referring to. So these kind of designs are also created. Then comes the next design. Just give me a second. The next design is called a medium fidelity UI prototype. So placeholder types design are called as what? Low fidelity UI prototype. What it is called as, everyone?
Low fidelity
Low fidelity.
UI
UI prototype.
prototype.
Exactly. And the second one becomes a medium fidelity UI prototype. Anyone who can read this one, second bullet point, I want you to read.
A
medium.
medium fidelity,
Go ahead.
Go
a
ahead.
medium fidelity UI prototype will show the UI elements on the screen, but may not represent the actual look.
Yeah, thank you so much for reading this out. So now what happens with the medium fidelity UI prototype? Not necessarily it will be the placeholder, but it could be like a blueprint. Okay, so you will find that these things are available, but not exactly the way it is required. But still, there. I mean, it's a black and white version. Can it be there? Okay, and but still it will not appear as if it is exactly it look like. Okay, so that's the reason it is called as a medium fidelity UI prototype, somewhat appearing as if it is the exactly the way it should look like. But the next level of mock-up, it is also called as mock-up. What it is called as?
Mock-up.
Mock-up and UI wireframe. Thank you so much. So yes, and this UI mockup, UI wireframe and mockup has the next level of a prototype, and this is called as a high fidelity UI prototype. What it is called as? Next one.
High fidelity UI prototype.
Exactly. Please read. Anyone can read this bullet point completely.
High
High
fidelity
UI
prototype,
often called
often
a rendering,
will
okay,
represent exactly how the UI should look and feel once implemented.
Exactly. The actual version and actual drawing, you will find the way it should appear in the software, it is designed or imprinted as is in the document. Okay, so here you are done with three types of visual model: UI wireframe and mockup, which is low fidelity UI prototype, medium fidelity UI prototype, and high fidelity uh, UI prototype. So a business analyst is responsible for either low fidelity or medium fidelity prototype, and sometime for a high fidelity prototype as well. So these kind of when I am talking about mock-up and you are talking about these three types of fidelity UI prototype. For example, it can be for the company logo, it can be for the back button, next button, it can be for um, any anything that you see on the software. Say for example, if software is trying to prepare a PPT tool, how does it look like? It will show the toolbar. Okay, not necessarily the toolbar will look like this. Is if you see the exact printout of this in your BRD document, that will be the high fidelity. Okay, but if you see that a placeholder, so that is low fidelity. If you see somewhat it is appearing, indicating that here will be copy, here will be cut, here will be the paste icon, here will be format painter, where it is indicative and close to the this kind of drawing, even in black and white, that will be your medium fidelity. And you are printing, you are mentioning this all in your document, because when the developer wants to know how he wants to replicate. Okay, so this is one of the drawing you should include in the document whenever necessary. Not in the document. Today we break down everything in a very tiny pieces. Every bigger goal, we break it down. You can even attach these type of screenshot in the one liner goal, one liner requirement. Okay, so this is how it is. So let's move to the next type of structure, which is called as WBS, also known as work breakdown structure. Everyone with me so far?
yes.
Yes.
Okay.
Yes.
Okay, fine, fantastic. Prerna, you there? Would you like to take this?
Yes, Gaurav, I'll be taking this. Give me a second.
Yeah, over to you.
There is some noise in my background. I hope that's not audible in the session. Yeah. So WBS, guys, it's a very routine term in any organization. It's quite widely used in different contexts many times. But then, if I have to explain you from understanding purpose, it simply means work breakdown structure, and that in turn means that in any organization there are a variety of codes given to departments and projects. So even how in school we have these division numbers and class numbers and standards. Similar way, there are kind of particular codes given to different departments and projects. And why it is done that is it's for the simplification and purpose of understanding how much we are kind of spending or how much we're earning from any particular department. So how does it helps us in understanding WBS in our context? So I'll just request someone to read the first, 3 lines mentioned above the diagram, please. Anybody?
A
Yeah.
good work breakdown structure, WBS, includes only deliverables and activities. The best approach in WBS is placing deliverables as summary activities and breaking down these summary activities into detailed activities based on the work required to meet such deliverables.
Okay, so a lot of deliveries and deliverables and this kind of terminology. In simple English, it simply means that when you have a project or when you have multiple, bigger tasks in a project, how do you uh, break them and how do you name them? Okay, that simply means work breakdown structure, right? Now, this is the simplest form of explanation or meaning any word can have. So it's simply breaking down the work. And how do we achieve that? So here, if you see, generally, because we talk more about IT, we often take example of what I would say, website creation or app creation and things like that, right? So continuing that, if you could see, 0.0 or 0.0 is my retail website. Now, if you can imagine from a professional point of view, this website is a project, okay? So this website is a project, and then but then how would I charge to that project, or how do I ensure where the work is going on or which department is working in the project? See, there can be sales, marketing, development, testing, production. It can be any n number of departments, or even as an IT, how would you understand, okay, for this project I have to work? Then your senior managers or your delivery manager or product owner would come and give you a WBS. That's a charge code. That's a code. See, these are the synonyms used. Okay, so do not get stuck if they don't use the word WBS. They might be using the word charge code or project code or department code. Department code is a different thing, but code for any project is generally mentioned as WBS. It depends on their language, what kind of lingo they use in their office. So here, if you see, our project is a retail website. And now that project or that work, give me a moment. I'm just closing my window. Okay. Yeah. So now that project is broken down to many multiple smaller activities. Okay. Can everybody just read out one activity mentioned below the retail website? Yes. Is it visible for you? I want everyone to participate.
Project management.
Project management.
Requirements
Next.
gathering,
Perfect.
Design
Next.
and
And
analysis,
analysis.
Next.
Site software development,
Okay.
testing and
production.
production.
Testing and production. Okay. So now you see, to achieve this one project or this one big activity, we have to complete these many smaller activities, right? Like for example, it's just like if you have a party at home and someone asks you to make a biryani, okay? So retail website is like a dish or like a biryani. But for that, or to achieve that, or to make or cook that, what all things you need, like starting with the ingredients and the process, that's your work breakdown structure, right? So here, because we are focusing more on IT, let us go on site software development and site software development. So what are other changes, other I would say sub steps are mentioned there? Other people, please, I want everyone to speak up. Yeah, the 4.1 line.
HTML design and creation.
Right, yes. Thank you.
Background
Backend
software.
Backend software, right? Next.
graphics and interface.
Last.
Content creation.
Perfect. Okay. So first of all, don't get get in any other thought process. Oh, these are all new words. I've not heard them. Something new. This is an example, and this is just showing what all activities are there. We could have taken healthcare or other education domain, but because we are more focusing on IT, we have taken this particular example. So as a BA, as a Scrum Master, you are not supposed to know everything about every project. You're supposed to know what work you are to be done. So maybe in your case, requirement gathering, was to be broken down. Then there could have been multiple activities like preparing BRD, preparing diagrams, reviewing requirements, and things like that. So now if you see, and now there's one more layer below that, that's just again a kind of explaining the backend or the database point of view in more detail. But here, if you notice, we have given numbers to all the activities. Okay. So starting with 0.0, then 1.1, then, then we bifurcated 4.0. So it was 4.1, 4.2. And then when we further broke down the backend software, we've gone to 4.2.1. Okay. So what are we doing? This is like an inception. You're going one down, below, you're getting into more detail, more nuclear form of that activity, and that is how you come up with the code. Now, for example, a person who is working in security subsystem, or a developer or a ethical hacker who is working on this chunk, what code he will have for his project? Security subsystems guy.
It's 4.23.
4.2.3, right?
Yeah.
Whereas a design and analysis team would have what kind of WBS?
Come again, please.
Design and analysis.
HTML design.
No, not HTML, only design and analysis team. So what
Okay,
kind?
it's 3.0.
Got it. Perfect. So isn't it simple to understand? We just giving the codes as per the work allotted. Any doubts in this, guys?
No.
Anybody? Any thoughts? Any
So,
parallel?
Prerna, I have one question. I have one doubt. Is it a kind of a sprint?
Elaborate your question. I would understand what
Like
you're
it says work breakdown structure, and in sprint also we work in bits and pieces. So I'm a little bit confused. It's like same, or it's part of sprint, or what is it?
Okay. What do you understand by sprint? What do you mean when you say sprint? Sprint.
Like sprint is we deliver a little part of a project, like
Perfect. In
yes.
a given frame of time, say
Yes,
2 weeks or
yes.
3 weeks or 1 week. So that is a sprint. Sprint is, in layman's term, is a duration of time within which you have to complete your activities. So that is a sprint, right? That is like you have to complete that much in that time. Okay, but in that sprint, on which WBS you're working? So the WBS is given here. See, this is your this
Okay,
actually.
yeah. So that's why I'm confused.
This can be like your a bigger what do you say? Product backlog kind of, main pointers of your backlog, but this can't be a sprint. See here, what we are doing. I'll give you an example. Okay, you have a birthday party on Friday at your home. Okay, so you have time from today, Wednesday, Thursday, Friday. See, so now that can be your sprint. And for the birthday party, you're baking a chocolate cake, and you're making a veg biryani. So now that is your WBS. So in that
Okay, so
in that
this is
case,
also related. This is also have some relation to the sprint, right?
See, everything will have relation to the sprint. See, sprint is something like we
Yeah.
work. Yeah, try
Sprint
to
is a
understand.
meeting. It's a meeting
No,
with
no,
the
no,
different
sprint.
departments.
No. Sprint is not a meeting. A sprint. See, what she mentioned earlier. Just let me give you a simpler example. It's like you're saying subjects and I would say a session timing is the same. So
Okay.
subjects are subjects, right? You study English, math, science, Marathi, Hindi,
Mm-hmm.
Sanskrit, whatever. So that is your syllabus, and then
Okay.
you have periods or you have sessions to study that. So
Right.
sprint is a time frame wherein you will actually implement and work on these activities, and these are the activities. See, work
Okay.
breakdown.
Okay. Now I got it.
Yeah, and thank you for
Okay.
this kind of questions, because you know what, many a times others also have these kind of doubts, but they just don't come up. So thank you so much. Anybody, any further doubts on this discussion? Yeah, and I really appreciate everyone's participation. Yeah. No, yes. No, you can
No,
please,
we are
because
good.
this session, that's why we do have live sessions, right, guys? Otherwise, we would have given you simple recordings and we would have gone ahead with that. Yeah. If no, then we can move to next slide. Yeah, Gaurav, please. Or if I can do that.
All right. So just an addition. So what you have seen over here is a drawing, and that drawing, it means that it has to be included in one smaller requirement. A requirement may say that hey, you need to develop what? You need to develop one fund transfer. Okay. Now, if you want to indicate as a business analyst that you are going to develop fund transfer, and you have to just pictorially represent that, and say for example you have created a ticket means one task, uh, anything in the Jira you may term it as a ticket or candidate. So the moment you write develop fund transfer functionality for this bank, of the bank, okay, under fund transfer, how many type of fund transfer way do you know, everyone? Can you give me a quick name?
E-transfer,
Okay, electronic
Zeal.
transfer,
ACH,
Zelle transfer, what else?
ACH,
ACH, what else?
Cash app.
Sorry, I could not get that.
Cash app.
Santosh, what was that?
Venmo.
It's
Venmo.
cash.
ACH,
she's
It's
saying Cash App. Cash App.
okay, Cash App, through any app. Okay. What else?
PayPal.
PayPal is one. So in a way, many type of transactions. So, one is through a third party transfer. Okay. But if I'm talking about fund transfer in a bank, it could be e-transfer, or say EFT, or say electronic fund transfer, or
Mhm.
at national level, you can refer it as a national electronic fund transfer. You also know ACH is a way of fund transfer, or there is another way that is also called as NACHA. Then there is also another type of fund transfer, which is also known as RTGS fund transfer.
RTGS, yeah.
Yes, then there are so many of ways of fund transfer. Okay, so you will write over here fund transfer, then ACH, NACH, EFT, or IMPS, or third party gateway fund transfer. Then further you can write something RTGS, or something like that. And then under that, in every single way, if you want to explain them further, you can explain it. But this is a pictorial representation. Okay, and you can attach the screenshot either in a document or in the ticket that you created. Okay, let me quickly show you something. Say for example, and I won't, so say for example, I created a task. So just let me quickly go ahead and see if I have some task created. Just Just a second. Okay, it's not available right now. So, but how many of you have accessed Jira so far? Jira or Trello or any other tool?
Not
Eh,
yet.
Not yet.
Not yet.
So please go ahead.
I've tried some.
Okay, cool. So if you have tried, that's fine. If you have not tried, then go ahead and explore some of the tool. So at the start of the, start of the session or track itself, we generally recommend you to go ahead and, explore some tools. So if in case you have not explored any, so explore Trello or Jira. In fact, you can keep it up with yourself. The cloud-based Jira that comes up to 10 user for free, and you don't have to, put even the credit card details for that. So that is important. You can explore Jira by your own. What all features it comes with. So in the feature, you create one requirement. Say, for example, develop a back button and next button. So how will it look like? You can attach that screenshot or attach that drawing as well. Okay, so just a second. Let me quickly share the screen. So say for example, here I am going to create a task. Okay, and there are three ways only I see here to do. Say for example, it is giving me an ability to create something. If I create something over here, when I will open it further, say for example, I'm opening
We
up
don't
here.
see your screen.
Really?
We just see the.
Oh, yes, you won't be able to see. Okay. So can you see it now?
Yeah.
Thank you so much for confirming. Yeah. So say for example, here I am going to create a task. This is Jira. Okay. You see the Kanban board as it is to do, in progress, and done. Okay. 3 tasks. So say for example, I created an action item for someone. Okay. So say for example, uh, li post schedule. Li post schedule is a LinkedIn post schedule. Okay. So just for example, and then I want to attach something in that. What I can do is that I can open it simply. Okay, get inside it, and if I need to attach something, can you see? Okay, so you can link it with the another ticket as well. But you see here the comment option. If you want to add something further extra, you can add it over here, and there is a way that you can attach something. Okay, attach something. You can attach the screenshot as well. Okay. Are you with me, everyone, following this?
Yes.
Yeah.
Yes.
So this is one of the tool for you, for your example, okay, which you can you wrote a one-line task or one-line activity. Okay, here you can also write this way: develop fund transfer. Okay, just for example, let me quickly. Here you can write develop fund transfer. Okay. Fund transfer functionality. All right, it has been created. A ticket has been created, right? I can assign to
Yes.
someone.
Yes.
Right now, I have assigned to myself only, but I can also assign it to anyone else. So I'll just close this one and we'll get into the details. In details, it says that assignee, I can assign to anyone. Okay. If I have some more people, I can assign it to them. If I want to label it, okay. So NRW is not related to work, a new label I have created. I can create it n number of tags or say label for them. Okay, if I want to add comments, I can go ahead and add the comment. And now in this comment, I can format my comment as well. I can change the color. I can write in a bulleted manner. I can insert a table. I can insert a code also inside it. Uh, I can do multiple activity with this. Okay. So it will look like this when I open in the dialog. Um, Here is the comment. All the description can be written over here. Now here inside, I can attach various things, files and images. Can you see that? Here is the option. Same thing. So this is how, and in the files and images, you can attach the screenshot or the design you have created. Making some sense to you guys?
Yes.
Yes.
Not only in the document is a bigger Bible, right? So, but when you create a ticket, inside the ticket, you can create in this way. Yeah.
Gaurav,
Yes.
question.
Yes, please go ahead.
Gaurav, I see like some add child issue or something. Is it, will you get us some hands-on training on this? I don't know whether this is just a showcase we are
Okay.
doing.
No, so see, the thing is what if you, that's the reason I asked you, go ahead and explore by your own. Okay, come back with the question. So hands-on can be done only once you practice it. That is number one. Number two is that for that I have given you these, information that what all the, tools available. So not necessarily every company will use Jira. Some companies are using Azure DevOps. But if you can experience any one tool, you will have the confidence to master any tool. Okay, you can use in future any tool. So the main core purpose behind every tool is that, um, you know, work tracking and the task tracking, activity tracking, in fact. So what happens initially, you create a epic, a bigger goal. Okay, say for example, at first anything is created with a epic, you don't see it here. So right now, because it is not configured for the epic, it is only configured to create tasks. Okay, so when you see epic, so order is like epic, largest goal, bigger goal. Okay, that
Okay.
bank wants to develop a software. Okay, that is the larger goal, right? And then what all the goals in the bank you want to achieve. Then fund transfer ability I want to enable my customer with. Then I must have the all the customer record, which is also called as customer addition, deletion. And so customer information is one section. Second information became the fund transfer. Third information becomes the uh, uh, you know uh, types of account, because various types of account a customer can open. Do you agree with this?
Yeah.
Yeah. So account opening can be one. So now these 3-4 items I said, these can be termed. It is not high level goal. Now it is more specific now. Okay. So when you will term these all, you will break it down further. It can be termed as user story. Okay. So now you take this user story, which account opening. Okay. So under one user story, there could be a multiple user story as well, or linked user story, because account opening itself has a multiple branches, current account, saving account, or joint account of various another account. Okay. So say for example, you take a saving account or current account. So inside current account, there are multiple activity. So there you can create some feature, create a current account for NRI, create account for local, create account for international person. Okay, non-local person. So 3 branches you have. These are the features. Now inside, create a current account for a local person. Now under that, you will have multiple activity to be done. Okay, so the information of the customer. Okay, and you will create a dedicated task for that. So do you follow the flow? The flow became like this. Now let me stop the screen share. Okay, so flow became like this. Just a second. The larger goal was epic. Okay. Then comes the user story, I termed this. Okay. And after user story, it became you know, task, or say features. And after feature, I created a task. Now, task can be for business analysts that develop the clear-cut requirement, develop the feature itself, develop the activity itself, or develop the functionality itself. And the another task will be the test this entire functionality. Okay, so epic will be the larger high-level goal, developing a software. User stories, the all those things, account opening till fund transfer, all those high level of things which I spoke. So can be the next step. Then you broke it down further, current account for NRI, or local, or for global people, or for special people. And then you are defining its task, that a customer information, and account limit, and then assigning the cards and various other activity. And under that task, one task is assigned to BA to develop the requirement in detail. So these all things up to task what I have told just now. Okay, so everything you will be able to see, everything you will be able to see in this drop down when you will click over here. Like right now, you just can see task. So remaining epic and user story, these things are not configured over here, but you will be eventually able to see them. With me so far?
Yes.
Yeah?
Yes. Yes.
Like you see here,
Yes.
task written. Likewise, in the drop down, you will see user story written. Even that I'll show you after configuring. Okay?
Mhm.
Does your question answered?
Yes.
Yeah? So let's move further. And let me quickly reshare my screen. So we have done so far WBS. I gave you the detailed explanation on that. Let's move further. Prerna, you can continue if you wish. Or you want me to take? I can take this. Okay, conversion to design is
Yeah.
every
Please go.
communication needs to be designed, leap towards visual thinking. It's like, just now what I did, I was talking about something. Okay. I was talking about something epic, then user story, then feature, and then task. But while I was talking, wasn't I also drawing it? Did you
Yes.
notice
Yeah.
that? So
Yeah.
when I was thinking, I was presenting it in visual way. Okay, this is required when you go to collect the requirement from the customer. Okay, so when you do that, this is also called as this. This is also called as, you know, um, this is also called as visual thinking. Okay, so this is as simple as that you require when you start collecting the requirement at the first level. So that is one thing. Now comes document templates and understanding. So we are going to explain you what all types of documents are required. Okay, when you collect the requirement. So Prerna, can you just take this, please? This slide. Yeah, then I'll continue.
Yeah, Gaurav, were you calling me? I heard a drop.
Yeah. So I said
Yeah.
that, can you take this?
Yes, please.
I'll
Thank you
continue.
so much. Yeah.
Yeah.
So now we are here to learn about docs, templates, and understanding. So this is basically a list of documents. Those are majorly prepared. And let me give you a disclaimer first of all. It's not an hard and fast rule per se that every organization must follow this, or every company and every department will have these set of documents. So it's not like that. But then here is a part of this training course. We do teach all the important documents which will be which might be and which are useful in industry, and which might be our team might ask you to prepare that, and it's a overall good thing to know about them. Okay, so we don't expect that every company will have all these documents, because you know what, we do get these kind of questions when later people join. They're like, oh, we don't have this format, and this company has a different set. So that's absolutely fine, right? Here we are teaching you the templates and the standardized format. Every company can tweak or make changes as per their requirements. Okay. So these are just documents. Now these are how many? 4 and 6 and 8, 9. So I need all 9 of you. I mean, not all, there are many, but each one of you to go one by one and read them one line. And then after that, whichever point you have read, you'll have to, I mean, I'm very much, I'll be happy to hear your thoughts on that. Like, if you read per se first item, what do you understand by that? If you know, if you do not know, that is also absolutely fine. Okay, we'll just go start with a kind of a discussion, and then I'll explain. Yeah, starting with first project vision documents. Go ahead.
Project vision documents, not necessary, but should be known reason product owner may ask for help.
Perfect. Next.
Yeah.
No, I'll
Require-
come back. I'll come back to you later. Let's. I want to give everybody some time to think on it. No? So yeah, I'll revisit
Requirement
it later. Yeah.
requirement management plan.
Perfect. Next.
User stories.
User stories. Yes. Next.
Use cases.
Next. Thank you.
Business requirement document.
Right. Next.
Requirement traceability matrix, RTM, not necessary, but you may need to review.
Okay. Perfect. Next.
Functional requirement specification, FRS/functional specification document, FSD.
Perfect. Perfect. Next,
System
please.
requirement specifications, system requirement document, SRD.
Yeah, those, see, FRS and FSD and SRS and SRD are same. These are just synonyms, so we have mentioned both. And last but not the least,
Test case, not necessary, but you may need to review.
perfect. Okay. Now, starting with the first point, whatever you feel it sounds like by the name, you can explain. Yeah, or you can just share your thoughts. It can be right or wrong. It doesn't matter.
Prerna, I can go to the next slide. So everything is there, a debrief. So is it okay?
Okay, fine. We can move it. Move, please. It's yeah. Yeah, so whosoever read the first point can read out these pointers as well, and then we can go for this.
Okay, project vision documents. It includes an introduction, description of users in the system, project stakeholders, product overview, product features, product requirements, constraints, limitations, quality, and documentation requirements.
Perfect. Now here, if you see, when you said it's a project vision document, so guys, try to emphasize on the words mentioned. Okay, it's like it's vision of the project, or vision of the overall product that you're developing. Okay, that we're developing. And now try to understand here, many times project and product are used synonymously. These are different things, but then while working, it depends on what kind of terminology they use. For simplicity, I'll just explain. A project is a set of activities. Like, for example, developing a website is a project, developing an application is a project. But then tomorrow, if that particular per se application, like WhatsApp kind of application, and that application keeps having features, that application keeps having versions, now that application has become a product. So now Facebook owns WhatsApp, right? So it becomes their product. So it's simple as that. MS Office or Excel or Word, that is a Microsoft product. That means that entire application belongs to Microsoft. So don't get confused between these two words. It simply means it's a set of activities that you have to work on. Okay, everybody's clear on that?
Yes.
Yeah.
Perfect, perfect. Thank you so much. Okay, so here if we see, first of all, this document will have an introduction stating what it means or what it says. Then there will be users in the system, means people who will be using this application or website. Considering the earlier example of retail website, stakeholders, I think we have explained enough. Is there anyone who doesn't know what is a stakeholders? I think Momita might raise her hand. Anybody else? Momita, do you have any background about what is a stakeholder?
Stakeholders, mainly the product owners.
Not completely.
Stakeholders means everyone in the project which have interest in the project. It could be
Very well said.
customer.
Very well.
Yeah,
Very well said. Yes.
Yeah.
So this is for everyone. We have learned this. We'll again learn this, but just for especially for Momita. See, as the word suggests, project stakeholder means everybody who has a stake or interest in the project.
Yes,
That
yes,
is
yeah.
with the starting with developers and testers and scrum masters and business analysts and senior management. Everyone, even the customers, clients, third party companies involved in the project. So everybody who is keen on getting this project completed, who has a interest in this project, is the project stakeholder. So we mention about them. Then we mentioned overall about project overview, and the product overview and the product features. Like what is this? Like if we have a website, okay, why this website is created, why it is built, why, okay, it's a shopping website, okay, what are the features? Customer can buy things online. Along with the clothing, they also have the maybe grocery shopping or footwear or anything, just like Amazon, so things like that. Okay, what are the constraints or limitation of this website? That simply means like okay, there are some websites who do not work in China, right? Or there are some websites who are paid, so you have to buy a subscription, like to use Netflix and Hotstar and other Prime in India especially. You have to pay subscription for their uh, proper service or premium service, otherwise you get very few, see, movies or dramas or serials. So see all these things, whatever you watch on TV, whatever apps you download, these are all services, these are all products, these are all projects that were developed. You see, now can you relate? So you have to pay Netflix or you have to subscribe to Netflix to watch. So that is like how they're so unless you pay, that the limitation is a person or a user has to be a subscribed user. So that's a limitation per se. Or the limitation can be, now this website can only manage 1000 logged in user at one time. Like for example, if you, me and all entire Guru School people and some further more people add 1000 people can log in, and if some 10 more people try to log into this website, it might crash. So things, I'm just giving you very simplistic examples. It is not the case. Generally the websites are very foolproof and hacker proof and stuff. But still, just to give you some thought, food for thought from limitations point of view, that or this website or this application requires internet, that's a limitation. It cannot work without internet. So that's a simple example. And last, quality documentation requirement. It simply means this application or this product, what is the quality remarks, what is the highlights of the quality that we need. It has to be it has to have secure transactions, because it's a payment involved. It should be ensured that all the data is saved properly. Has to be encryption, decryption, a lot of technical part also involved. But that is, as a BA, as a business analyst, taking requirements and preparing these documents, you should be aware of the terminologies and the requirements. Okay, you need not understand and go in detail about each and every things of every other department or every other team. But yes, as a central point of contact, you should know about this overall project. Okay, everybody is comfortable with this? I mean, see, try to just understand what this document does or has. If you even Google, you will get hundreds of templates, I'm pretty sure. But then what to look in for the template? So these are the pointers that you should look. So okay, introduction is there, stakeholders are mentioned, overview and features are given. Okay, now this is a project vision document. Okay, are we good?
Yes.
Yes.
Thank you so much. Yeah, Gaurav, next slide, please. I'm actually accessing from my laptop, but I'm not able to move in. I think I do not have that access yet. Yeah. Yeah, this is one of the very simplest and very useful for you from BA point of view. So, who read that point? Can you just read out the sub points in this requirement management plan, please?
Yeah. Purpose of plan,
Okay.
responsibility assignment, tools and procedures to be used, approach to defining requirements, approach towards requirement traceability, workflows and activities, change management.
Perfect. Thank you, Siddharth. So, see, it simply means when you're okay. What is a requirement? Okay, requirement can be like if I'm making a website like Amazon, like the retail website example that. So my requirement would be, oh, I need a website where I can go and make payments, or where I can add things in my wish list, or where I can add things in my cart and then make the payment. So these are the requirements. Basically, this means what functionality you want that application of or a website to do. Okay, so what we have to work on. So here, for this requirement, we'll have to have a plan. See, in industry or in professional setup, things are never haywire. Okay, they always have a plan for everything, or rather, it's a good practice to have a plan for everything. So even for how to manage requirements, like you may ask, like, why we need a plan for requirements. We know what are the requirements to be done. Okay, that's a good question if you have to ask that. But then, do you know what order the requirements have to be fulfilled? Like, customer might come and say, hey, I want to see the clothing department or clothing section of this website active. I want my testing team to test that. Now that comes to your priority. So now, earlier you were working on footwear or maybe children's section, that development, adding those pictures, adding that material, having all these things on the website. But now, because the customer has highlighted, so to avoid any last minute issues, we have this plan wherein we mention what is the purpose of the plan, to have the proper order as per the customers, I would say, preference, or how things will go. Like in 1 month, how much work is to be done, how many requirements are to be completed or mentioned. So all that is mentioned. Okay. Responsibility assign is simple. Who will do what? So a BA will consolidate this. A developer will work on the, or development team will work on that part. Things like that. So it's simply assigning work. Assignment sounds simple. Tools and procedures uses simply means, in industry we have many like paid version. Like for example, to create a workflow diagram, we have Alteryx, or we have draw.io website. That's a free one. So we have paid tools and paid and then free tools, so which are to be used. So that is also mentioned. So approach to defining requirements, like how are we starting? Definitely as per the customer requirements. How are we looking at completing the work? What is the plan for next 3 months, or next 1 month? How are we communicating that with the customer, and things like that. Okay. So approach towards requirement traceability means, whatever requirements you're completing, how are you able to trace that? How are you able to understand that? Have you completed that? Is there a sign off? Now there is a concept of sign off. Let me explain to you. Wherever there is some work that is completed, we have a, a mutual sign off. That simply means you actually have to sign on a particular document. But here we give it on mail stating, yes, this requirement, like if tomorrow per se, as per the customer requirement, you completed developing of the clothing section of your website, then the customer will formally send you a written mail, or if you ask that, have you checked it, have you tested it, the customer will send, yes, it looks fine, we have tested, it's working fine. So that's like your formal sign off. Do you understand what's the meaning of a sign off? So this is the way you in professional setup, you understand, okay, this much work is done, the customer is happy with that, let's go with the next part. And workflows and activities simply means, what are the diagrams, what are the flows that you have to mention in this requirement, how you would see the system coming. See, we learn all these things in different sections also. So don't worry about that. We have a dedicated section on workflows. We just recently, I think, covered, but we'll again cover that in the upcoming sessions. So what all activities or tasks to be done, and change management then simply means what kind of work will be a part of this requirement, how this will be handled, who is in charge of what. So all these things are just part of this activity or this plan management. You are free to google this or to look at the template, but then at the core, these functionalities or these features have to be a part of it. Okay. So right now, honestly, for you this is just grasping, because I'm pretty sure as you have not worked on this environment, you might not have doubts from this point of view. But right now, just grasp this concept, just try to sync these maybe new terminologies or new things in your mind, and then later when you google or when you read more about it and you have any doubts, we can come back to us. Okay. Yes, no?
Right.
Yeah,
Yes.
Yes.
makes sense, right? because
Yes.
because
Yes.
I'm pretty sure these are new things for you, and then you might not have anything in mind as of now, but you're free to
Mm.
come back to us. Yeah. Yeah, Gaurav, next use cases,
Yeah, so I'll move to another slide by
please.
adding few items, few things
Sure.
over here. So whatever you are seeing over here, Prerna just now explained, so as it starts with various docs, template, and understanding. So understand in this way that these are the types of documents that you may come across as a BA or Scrum Master to approve it, to work upon it, and ask your people to work upon it. Okay, ask your team. So amongst them, so just now you were getting the explanation of a requirement management plan, and as the ways are changing, you would require, or you may see that even these documentation are being done in the tools. Okay, so those are the days when you used to create such documents only in where, only in Word document or word processing document or in Google Docs or somewhere. But now you can switch these all things into a tool itself. Say for example, just now I showed you Jira. So Jira will have multiple sections, one for requirement growth, one could be for requirement analysis, one could be for roadmap, one could be for release, and something like that. And if you want to expand those requirements without breaking it down, for that there will be linked utility or linked tool, which you can open it. Say for example, Confluence. So in Jira itself is a Confluence. In Confluence you can collect the minutes of meeting and everything. Okay, so Confluence may appear, just like a word processing, where you can, like Microsoft Word, you can do all those things online, okay, in the application itself, in the Jira itself. Did it make sense so far, whatever I said? Yeah,
Yes.
Yes.
everyone? Yes,
Yes.
thank you.
Yes.
Thank you that it made sense. So let's move further and understand this thing, what we call it as use case. So even use case can be, placed inside Jira itself. So what use case requires? Use case requires means who all are going to work on this use case. You need to mention that. Okay. It could be bank manager, it could be branch manager, it could be tailor, it could be cashier, and it could be sales executive, or it could be credit manager, who all. So that you are going to mention in the actor or sometime in customer, then describe that use case. So this use case is mean to check the balance of customers. When it will trigger, it will only trigger when you click on the fetch button. Just for example, the trigger will once fetch button is clicked on the application. Are you with me so far? So this example is just for reference, fetch button. It could be get button as well. It could be, check button as well. It could be anything. Okay. Precondition, software is running and application is open, customer details are already hidden. With me so far, everyone?
Yes.
And then you define a normal flow. The normal flow is that the steps, precondition you have mentioned and step, click on the fetch button, wait for 3 seconds, and new overlay or new pop-up window appears with customer information and customer's bank balance, indicating it's a below maintenance level, or it is sufficient enough fund beyond maintenance level. Say for example, it has threshold that it should not go down below 5,000 grand or something like that, or 1,000 grand or something like that. There is a alternative flows. In case there is any alternative flow, you can mention that as well. Say for example, instead of clicking on the fetch button, in the entire application there is an icon which, say for example, the icon is the magnifying glass. Even if you will click on that, it fetches all the information. So that alternative flow you will mention over here. Exception, when it will not work. So exception is that when customer details are already showing, then the fetch button, get button, and magnifying glass will remain disabled. With me, everyone so far? Yeah,
Yes.
thank you.
Yes, yes.
Spatial requirement. The spatial requirement can be like, with every customer name, there should be a balance icon, so that I should not get into the details of the customer or in the more banking of it. Immediately just beside the icon of balance check is there, I will click that and I can see the last 5 transaction and also his balance, and it will appear just like a small slip. So that is a special requirement of getting the customer balance. Okay, current balance. Then assumption. Assumption when it will not work or something which you are not going to work upon. So that you can mention in the assumption. And then notes and issue. Is there some special issues? So if issues are pre-existing and it will not work, you will make a note of it. Okay, this is how an ideal use case will look like with these elements. With me so far?
Yes.
Yeah. Yes, it's yes from everyone. Let me ask.
Yes.
Yes.
Okay.
Yes.
Yes.
Thanks everyone. Now I have been talking more about user story. Now pay very close attention how a user story is written, because it has got a format for it. Okay, so user story will be worked by whom, that you need to know. What this user story has to achieve, that you need to know, and why this user story has to be written, that you need to know. By knowing these 3 things, you will define your own format, that as a branch manager, I should be able to check customer balance, so that customer balance maintenance or balance is known. Okay, customer balance, so that I can tell customer his balance when he walks in or he is asking. Okay, or as a tailor, I should be able to check customer balance so that I can convey the remaining balance. As a cashier, I should be able to check customer balance so that I can convey customer his balance. As a customer, I should be able to check balance so that I know my own balance. So one task with one intent can be completed by various persons, various actors. Everyone with me so far? Yes?
Yes.
So one action was to do what? In the example, what I was doing, what I was trying to achieve. In this example, everyone.
Check customer balance.
Yeah, come again, Maureen.
To check customer balance, to be able to check
Yes.
customer.
Anyone else? Whatever I said in that, what I was trying to do. What I was
Different
Maureen,
actors is it?
Maureen, that's
Different
okay.
actors.
I want to hear from someone else. Okay.
Like as a
Someone else.
teller, you should
Uh-huh.
be able to see what is the balance, so you can
Okay.
confirm to
Okay.
the customer what is the balance.
Yeah. So thanks, Momita. So anyone else? What I was trying to explain, what one thing I wanted to achieve in this user story, what I was explaining. Siddharth, Roli, Priyanka, Poonam, Pamela, Himani, Ankit, Santosh. Please tell me. Are you all there with me? I heard Maureen and Momita only. So what I was doing, guys, in this example, okay, I was checking the balance. That's what Maureen said. That's what Momita said. Everyone with me?
Yeah. Yeah.
You please unmute yourself.
You were
I'm
checking the balance
Yeah.
and you were telling
Yes.
the way how to check.
yes. So
Yes.
everyone is involved in that to check one thing, to check just balance, right? And the intent was to convey this to the customer.
Customer.
Likewise,
Yeah.
likewise, any user story can be created, but the format will remain same. You can take a note of it. Okay. So this is very, very crucial and very, very important. How do you develop a user story? Okay. So likewise, it can happen that as a branch manager, I should be able to transfer any amount up to 10,000 to any customer so that his request is fulfilled. So as a branch manager, I can do that. As a customer, I should be able to transfer fund up to 10,000 so that I can fulfill my fund transfer requirement, or I should be able to transfer the fund in anyone's bank account. So as a branch manager, also I should be able to transfer fund up to 10,000 grand on customer request so that his requirement is fulfilled, so that his request is answered. So likewise, you can develop many other user story. User story is a very premium things in the industry. When you are business analyst or anyone in the software industry, you should be able to know how a user story is written so that you can work on it. Okay, and that's why I explained and spend time on this. So BRD we will cover later. So however, the BRD will also look like the project vision document and any other document. Okay, it's a business requirement document, so that I want you to explore by your own self. Okay, then comes a requirement traceability metrics. So before I move to RTM, let me ask you, do you have any question around BRD, guys? Not BRD, regarding user story.
Yes, Gaurav. So my question is for user story. This who, what, and why. All the three questions should be there when
Yes,
you're writing a user story.
yes, that brings the clarity. Who means who all are involved. This is for who all. Say, for example, you wrote a user story, and you cannot write a user story like this, that fund transfer to be done by all the users. User story has to be very, very specific. So the moment you will write user story, fund transfer to be done by all the user, it becomes really generic. And I'm talking about specific, then you will write 3 user story or for all the users. Fund transfer done by branch manager, for fund transfer done by a customer, cashier, tailor, and everyone else, and you will write in the similar format. And say, for example, a user story says that supervisor should not be able to do a fund transfer on customer's behalf. So you will write even that user story. As a supervisor, I should not be able to do fund transfer on customer behalf. for helping customer. Okay.
So what I am getting is user story is something which you write it as you are a user, what you're gonna achieve, like who, what, and why should be as the user customer end, right?
Yeah, as a customer end. So
Okay.
yeah, so as a customer end, and customer interacts with whoever. Okay, say for example, customer walks in, so of course he interacts with walks in a bank, he interacts with bank manager, tailor, and everyone else, right? Cashier and all those people. So even customers activity sometime these people do, right? And that's why you are writing user story even for them, even for customer, and that's why you wrote a four user story including customer. So you wrote a user story for customer and also with whom customer deal with. Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah. And
Okay,
remember
clear.
the
Thank you.
format, who, what, and why has to be included. So this is what it is. Then we were, so any other question, guys, on this user story? No? Okay,
No.
thanks. Thanks. So let's move further. And what is there? So requirement traceability matrix. Sometime it may come to you for approval purpose. So it's a tabular presence of requirement tracing that it has been touched by any test case or not. If it is touched, then whether it has been developed or not, that comes under status. Okay. And in what document it is mentioned, that document name can become in that tabular form against every requirement. And that's the reason every requirement will have the specified or associated requirement ID. Okay. Tested in development phase, or tested in system integration phase, or tested in user acceptance phase. In what all area it has been tested, that you are going to write. Software module, I have been talking about fund transfer, so you can name it as a fund transfer. This module is related to fund transfer. Okay. And then related test case number, you will mention it over here. But these things are generally created by testers, not by anyone else. Okay. So it may come for you to review, come to you for review. Having said so, any question in this? If not, we can pause it because we have touched the time limit. Okay. So we are done for today. And with this, I'm just taking a pause. And I was talking to whom last, who was talking to me? I just wanted to see. Uh, 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 okay, I don't remember. But what I'll do, I'll share my screen. I'll see who is beside me, and I'll pick that name. I think it was Pamela only. Pamela, yes. So what do you feel like saying in a word or two about today's session? I know that you arrived little late, but still whatever you could achieve or you could, learn, what do you feel like saying, Pamela?
Yeah, thank you for the opportunity. Yes, I didn't knew that there was session today, and I'm sorry about that.
Okay.
But today's session was really very informative. Like I feel like we are going into more details about what exactly what do you call that? The business analyst position does, like day-to-day life, what is their day-to-day activities and everything. And yes, this user story was a little bit confusing. I'm definitely gonna watch this video once again so that I get more understanding of everything. And thank you very much.
Yeah, call out one's name on the screen, Pamela.
Santosh.
Yes, Santosh. Yes, ma'am. What do you feel like saying?
So today's session was good. For me, it was little intense. So definitely I'll go and watch the video again. Thank you so
Sure.
much for
Yes, Santosh. Please call out someone's name on the screen.
Rolly.
Rolly. Yes, Rolly. What do you feel like saying? Yes, Rolly. What do you feel like saying? Okay. So Rolly, you there? I think Rolly won't be able to answer. So because her mic was not working, Santosh, pick someone else other than Rolly.
Priyanka?
Yes, Priyanka, what do you feel like saying?
Thank you, Santosh. Yes, Gaurav, so it was a very good session. I mean, we got to know new concepts and it was good. In between, I got disconnected, so I really missed a few points and part. So I will rewatch it. But
Yes,
definitely, it was a good session. I mean, we got to know new things, which as a business analyst, which we should know and we should be aware of.
definitely.
Yeah.
Thank you so much, Priyanka. Call out someone's name on the screen, please.
Okay. Next to me is Maureen.
Maureen. Yes, Maureen, what do you feel like saying?
Yeah, today's class was very educative and most especially the part of the user story. From what I understand is that the essence of the user story is to deliver a value, most especially to the customer, the essence of the user story. So I'm still going to go back to the
Awesome.
recording and
Yes, Maureen.
understand more.
Yeah, definitely. Please call out one name on the screen you see.
See that
Siddharth. Yes, what do you feel like saying, Siddharth?
Gaurav, the information was given by you and Prerna in an easy way, but there are something like we talked about Jira. It went over the head, but I will try to install Jira and play with
Yes.
it. So at least I will get to know what you were talking. In real world, technical, doing it by yourself, it's a totally different thing. And listening to it, it's a totally different scenario. So I will play with it and see.
Yeah.
But
So,
it was totally good.
yes, Siddharth, before you call out someone's name on the screen, have you attended a session where I asked everyone to go back to these tools, and explore by your own and come back? Did you attend that session?
No.
Okay, so wait for that. So that session is yet to come, and then you will not have that.
Okay.
Yeah,
I got you.
but still, don't hold yourself from
Definitely, I
exploring.
will try to install the
Yes.
this Jira on my
Yes,
computer
yes. Go
and
and explore it just like dissected very, very well, I would say.
correct.
Yeah. Siddharth, call out someone's name on the screen.
Ankit.
Ankit. Yes. What do you feel like saying, Ankit?
Yes, it was a very informative class today. We learned a lot about the different types of documents that business analysts use, and I'm really excited to get to try different softwares, and as we go on, try and potentially create these type of documents for practice.
Yes, definitely.
That'll be a good practice and a good learning experience to go along with this.
Yeah. So next session, we are going to give you a very, very important activity as a team you are going to do in a team of two. Okay. So be present that time. So thanks for telling this. So this is one information for all of you. Ankit, please call out someone's name on the screen you see.
Yes. Who was it called? Momita?
Momita.
Hi. Yes. So thank you for the name. Um, this session was very interactive, and this has been my first lesson for business analyst. It's certainly interesting thing to do, especially the BRD and the FRD and the user stories. That's very interesting. I would go ahead and see more YouTube videos maybe to know more about this. But I'm really interested for it.
Okay, great. And did you find it easy and getting inside your head easily?
Yes, yes. Accepting, as he said, Jira, that was a
Okay,
bit
yeah.
confusing. So I will download Jira and go ahead with it.
Yeah, sure. And I'm glad that you found it easy. Momita, call out someone's name on the screen.
Um, I think it's Himani who is left.
Himani. Yes, Himani. What do you feel like saying, Himani?
Yeah, hi Gaurav. I missed last session because I was sick and couldn't go through it. But this
Mhm.
session was really good, interactive, and I will definitely go through Zira as well. Like this is the new thing, and rest all like good knowledge and everything. I'll go through last session and this session again. Thank you so much.
Super. Himani, call out someone's name on the screen, you see?
I think everyone is done. Who?
No, not yet.
Poonam?
Yes. What do you feel like saying, Poonam?
Hi, everyone. It was really interesting. And yeah, we learned a lot of things. And I was saying in my mind that today's technical session was too much technical for me. But it was really interesting that we came to know about low fidelity and medium and high fidelity UI prototype things, and WBS structure and user stories. And you really explained that Epic is in the user story and the features and then task. And after that, it was like the same we all are facing, as I'm not too much digital that about all these tools, but when I will explore, I think I will do it.
Yeah.
So
And
that's from my
Poonam, please,
side.
everyone together,
Thank you so much.
remind
Yes.
me in the next session to open the Jira. Okay. And then
Okay.
I'll open the Jira in the real term and will explain you how things are created. So what Jira you saw it today, it's like a with a limited version. The next Jira I'll show you, that will be the advanced version. Okay. So remind me
Okay.
about it. Okay.
Yes.
Okay,
Thank
So
sure.
then you will have more visibility and clarity. So yes, Poonam, please pass this for the closer remarks.
yes, the prerna.
Prerna, yes, Prerna, what do you feel like now closing with?
Yes, Gaurav. So I'm really happy with everyone's review and reactions and feedback about this session. Yes, today we learned a lot, and everybody who is joining us even today, you really joined at a very good time because many new concepts, many explanation, and even the hands-on. So do keep watching this video, and also I haven't seen much of the activity on the video front. So, guys, I'll encourage you to create 1 or 2 minute small videos, on your mobile, on your iPhones, and just explaining about any particular concept that you're comfortable with or want to talk to. Try to take this opportunity because it's like a personal marketing thing that we are doing in Guru Schools on candidates' behalf. It has a greater visibility towards all internationally HR's point of view. So try to take advantage of it. And I'll love to see some of the videos from your end. And yes, please watch the video and we'll meet again on Sunday night. Thank you so much. Over to you, Go.
Yeah, thank you so much, everyone. Thank you so much for joining in. And really, it was great serving you today. Looking forward to serve you in the deeper level on coming days. And yeah, summarize it, send it so that you can retain it. With these 3 words, I just wanted to close it, and we'll talk to you soon again on next Sunday. Till then, bye-bye. Good night, everyone.
Gaurav, can you
Enjoy.
just stay back for a second, please? Yeah. Thank you,
Yes.
guys. Thank you. Good night. Bye-bye.
Bye,
Good
everyone.
night. Thank
Good
you.
night. Good
Bye-bye.
night.
Take care. See you. See you on Sunday.
Thank you.
Thank
Bye-bye.
you. Bye.
Bye.
Prerna,
Yeah.
this is Priya. I need to talk to both of you for 1 minute, so I'll just stay till everybody
Yeah.
leaves.
Yeah, yeah.